brilliant speed with vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
As always, 3 is company, but the configuration today is much different.
Come and dance on our
Number one, I'm back, and we have 3 guys sitting at the table.
No Jane today.
No Jane today.
We're missing Jane.
Did she just decide that being she was on yesterday?
Yeah, she was on Chamber Chat yesterday. So
She has a no 2 days in a row rule in her contract. So.
I told her fans are not going to be happy about it.
That's true. That's true. I didn't know there was a contract.
It is, yeah. She's the only one that has one. It's weird.
Wow.
Talent will do that, I guess.
Yeah. Does this guy you brought with you have a contract?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
I'm going to have to renegotiate.
One day in, he's renegotiating already. How about that? All right, it is time for Vibrant You here on KLFD. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us, Randy. Well, welcome to another Vibrant You Live. So if you tuned in last week, you got to hear us talk with Jamie McCarney about our ACP program, which is the Affordable Connectivity Program. This week, we are talking about Vibrant Phone. So instead of having Jane on, we have Dave Treml. Welcome, Dave.
Happy to be here.
So for
you
those
could
that
show it a little better.
Exactly.
Yeah, I smiled.
It's a radio show. No one can.
I got a face for radio, I've been told. So.
I hear you.
So for people that don't realize, and we still get this question all the time, Vibrant offers phone service. Everybody knows about the internet, the high-speed internet that we offer, but it seems like maybe the word isn't quite everywhere that we also do phone service, and we do. We offer residential phone service. So if you currently have a home phone that you want to hold on to, or you want a home phone for kids at home or security or whatever, we do offer residential phone service. It's $19.95 a month. It includes long distance, voicemail, 3-way calling, a lot of cool features, and you can use the same phones you've used for years or get a new phone if you want. But and we also offer business phones, and business phones, we like to customize it for your business, and that's kind of where Dave Treml comes in. So business phones, affordable solution. We have a million different solutions. Not every business is quite the same with how they want their phone set up and everything like that. So Dave Treml, I guess let's start with, what is your title, Dave?
Officially, my title is Telecommunications Specialist.
And unofficially?
I'm the phone guy.
The phone guy.
That's what his sign says on his desk.
Easier to remember and easier to say. But he is our phone guru, kind of the wizard behind, he's been doing, we'll get into a second, I guess, about his history and just all the background he has and the experience and how great it is to have him with Vibrant, for sure.
Yeah. Can you tell the listeners about your experience in this industry?
Well, way back in the day, right out of high school, that's been a couple of decades or so ago, but I have 3 years of military experience in the Signal Corps. When I got out of the military, it would have been approximately 1988. And I went into 2 years of a technical program, technical school. It was in a mobile communications field, and that's actually what brought me to Litchfield, and I worked for about 8 years at a local 2-way radio shop. And then in 1999 I went to work for a unnamed local phone carrier, and I was there for just about 23 years, and then some guy named Tim Mergen asked me if I would want to come work for Vibrant, and I guess the rest is history.
We're making history.
Yeah. And you're also involved in the community here, right?
I am. I guess one of the local service clubs that I'm very involved with is the Rotary Club. I've been involved with them since the mid-2000s. I think it was around 2005, somewhere in there. And we do a lot of projects locally here in Litchfield, and as also internationally, but one of our claim to fame is our Beds for Kids program with the Rotary Club. So I think to date we're over 250 some beds that we've provided for kids in Meeker County that don't have a bed to sleep in. So also very involved in my church. Church is located right over here next to Central Park, and I am the unofficial Director of the Interior and Environmental Affairs there, so I'm the janitor basically. So
groundskeeper.
We use that building for a lot of outreach as well. So if there's an event or functions going on in the park and there's inclement weather and so forth, we open up our doors and we let the community use that building for whatever it may be, bloodmobile and so forth. So
it never fails that we visit a business or we're out with Dave, and he seems to know everybody around here. So if you don't already recognize his voice, I noticed too, when you call businesses here in town, we'll get to some of the features that we offer in a minute, but some of the auto attendants you'll recognize Dave's voice as well, because he's recorded a lot of businesses. If they don't have someone that's passionate about recording their voice, he'll offer that service as well. So
I should have went into voiceover as a side gig.
Yeah,
but,
voice acting's a good gig.
I'm still trying to get into that.
yeah, there you go. You got a good voice for it. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the process for a business that's interested in both internet and then phone. So kind of how the process would start is, business would typically call our office, or one of the salespeople, me, Bo, or Jane, would visit a business or talk to a business and kind of see what the needs are. Is internet is obviously a big need these days, and almost all businesses are going to need phones. So me, Bo, and Jane, kind of get that process started, get that conversation going, and then that's when we get Dave involved, and he's kind of the mastermind behind figuring out the details of what the business needs and how to provide that service. So what kind of details, Dave, when we do a site visit, we visit a business to kind of get to know their business, what kind of details are you looking for to kind of figure out how to get them the best phone service?
Basically, it's a conversation we have. We ask them, what about your current system do you like or don't like? And if you want to upgrade to something new, what kind of features are you looking for that maybe your current system or service doesn't do for you? We do also check out some of the infrastructure and their internal network in the building as far as wiring and cabling and so forth. But it's basically a conversation. What do you got? And what are you looking for? And we put together a product or a proposal based off of that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and so when businesses call us, we do kind of walk them through a couple different options we have for phone service. So could you walk people through what the difference is between what we call line replacement and hosted as an option?
Absolutely. Line replacement, I guess, is more of your traditional phone service. It's basically what we would consider analog dial tone up to your premise, copper infrastructure, basic dial tone. 1980, 90s technology, basically. Okay, it's the same stuff that is had hanging on the wall at Grandma's house for years. When we get into hosted solutions, it's more of a true, what we would call VoIP solution, or the voice over internet protocols. It's a telephone service that's more of a network-based or cloud-based solution. Okay. So you need to be connected to an umbilical cord that goes out to the cloud per se, and it uses internet-type protocols in order for that to function.
And there's so many features and benefits that come with. You don't need a huge piece of equipment in the office. It's all kind of in the internet, and so you can have access to a million different things. We'll get into some of that detail in a minute too. But
yeah, and when businesses do make the change to what's called hosted with all of the extra features, the new phones we provide, we walk them through how it works. I know you always are there on the day to walk them through questions, how to work the system. So, we're not leaving it there and having them learn it. We're actually walking them through and doing a little bit more, teaching on how to use the new equipment.
Correct. We don't just put it in a box and mail it to you and say, plug this into your internet. So we're there to help with all of that.
Yeah, it's one of the benefits of having a local, business here in Litchfield and just the surrounding area. When you call the office, if you have a question, a follow-up question about the phone, or you need someone to come out and show you something, Dave is that guy. You'll be able to talk to the same person when you call in. You can know him by name. You'll get to know him as a person. You have that hands-on support. Some of these VoIP providers, these nationwide VoIP providers, like you mentioned, Dave, they'll mail you the equipment and you're kind of on your own from there. You can maybe call our customer support, but you're not going to get the training. You're not going to get the support that you'll get from like a local provider.
Correct.
So, what are some of the most requested features that we see with that type of service that people find most helpful, most useful for their business?
You touched on one of these a little earlier, the automated attendant. A lot of small town businesses still want a person to answer their phone live.
Sure.
And with the changes in industry, and sometimes, it's easier to just have some automation take place of a person. It's just the way that technology is moving towards. So you can have an automated attendant answer the call for you initially, but then they can still make a choice and choose who they want to speak with, and then it will go to someone that will answer live. Voicemail with email features, so you can actually have all of your voicemails forwarded to yourself to your email, because people are going to check their email 10 times a minute, and they're going to check their voicemail once a week.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I'm guilty of that.
Individual direct inward dials for each person in your business. If you want each person to have their own number, you can do that kind of thing where they all don't share a line or a number anymore. And mobility apps to make it look like I might be at my cabin, I might be in the fish house, I might be on the golf course, but I can appear as though I am sitting at my desk, actually, in my office working.
Oh, that's why I can't find you when I'm coming to look for
That
you.
is the reason why.
He answered his phone. He must be at his desk,
that
right?
makes a lot of sense.
I use that a lot. I mean, I occasionally work from home. 2 young kids. Sometimes a kid is sick, so I got to work from home, and I can pretty much just use my cell phone with a mobility app, and I can use my desk phone exactly like I'm at my desk. People can call me. I can call out. I don't lose any productivity. Or if people, the work from home era. I mean, so many people are working from home, either full-time or part-time, and it works so well. All you need is an internet connection, essentially, and you can still be connected to your phone service, which is amazing. It's newer technology that people, don't utilize enough, in my opinion. But all right, so as far as your experience working with the co-op, you mentioned some of your experience, in the industry with other companies and stuff. How has your experience with VIBRANT been, or Meeker Co-op been, and how has it been different than what you've had in the past or worked at the past?
Comes down to the people. A group of people with a common goal. We want to provide quality product, and we also want to provide exemplary customer service. And all different departments are always working together to help each other do that. It's not just, that's somebody else's department's problem. I'm not going to deal with it, or
I'll
I don't want
transfer
to worry
you
about
there,
it.
and it's not, you're on your own.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one point of contact, and you'll get taken care of. So that's what I really enjoyed the most since I've been here, just a little over a year now. So
Yeah. And in that year, we've worked with a lot of businesses in the area and in our territory. Can you think of an example of maybe a business or two that really benefited from moving to our system, whether it be the internet or the phone or both?
One particular one that comes into mind is it's a vet clinic, and they have an enormous amount of call volume and long hold times and complaints from their customers that we can't get through. And they didn't want to have people chasing voicemails all day.
Their phone was ringing like nonstop. We visited them
constantly.
and literally you just got used to the phone. You felt like your ears were just ringing because it was constantly ringing.
What we did for them is actually built them a call center, which basically allowed the customer to pick. If it's just something, I want to check on appointments, they could push a button. If I wanted a prescription, they could press a button. And then those calls would be distributed amongst all of the staff instead of 1 or 2 or 3 people being inundated with nothing but constant phone calls all morning long. So having that much phone volume is not a bad thing. How you manage it and how you can control it can be a challenge. And for them, it worked out well. They enjoy it. They love it, and it's really created a lot of efficiencies in their workplace.
Yeah, I know not everybody can afford to have 1 or 2 or how many receptions just taking those calls, and if call volume becomes overwhelming, we can utilize technology to fix a lot of that or help. At least, it won't always replace someone sitting in the seat in every regard, but at least it can alleviate some of that pressure and get some of those quick questions. Some people are just calling for directions. Oh, what's your address? Where, you can get some of that stuff taken care of just right away. So
what are your business hours?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and businesses need to work efficiently, and they just at this stage of the game, they can't be down. Internet just can't go out for a day. That's not an option. So, when businesses ask why we should switch, we tell them the internet we have is reliable, it's fast, it works, and with our phones, we can customize it. So if your business grows, you can grow along with it. We can help you do that, so you don't have to take steps back if you are a business that started small and ends up being a lot bigger in the next few years.
Especially on the hosted side, it is 100% scalable. It can go from 1 to hundreds of numbers in phones and lines. So we have a solution that will fit your need.
Yeah, I mean, when you ask, I'm a business, why would VIBRANT phone solution be the best for me? Like Dave just mentioned it. It's adjustable and scalable. We have anything between your real small mom and pop shop that just has one, regular phone. We can do that. If you have a huge office with 100 employees, we can do that. I mean, the options are kind of endless, and the scalability is crazy. But there's a solution. Even if you have a phone system that you like, but you're maybe looking for a better deal or looking for better internet, Vibrant can do all that together. We don't have to overhaul all your stuff. If you're happy with it, we can just kind of provide the same kind of service and probably get you a better deal on it. So there's a lot of different reasons to check with Vibrant and see what we can do. If nothing else, we like to put a quote together and see, hey, is it a good fit? No hard feelings if it's not the best fit for your company, but I'd be surprised if we can't provide the best service and usually almost always the best deal at the same time.
Yeah, and it's free for us to come out and take a look. I mean, a lot of businesses just like, I'm busy, but do you have 10 minutes for us to look at it, get you an idea? And once they see what the difference is, like, oh yeah, I probably should have done this a long time ago.
And other reasons we like to highlight, for contacting Vibrant is we are truly local. Our headquarters are right here in Litchfield. You'll see our employees at the stores. We shop where you shop and live where you live. And you'll, like I said, you call, you can ask for Nathan, you'll speak with me. You ask for Bo, you ask for Dave. You can talk to the same people if you want.
Yeah.
Sometimes
he's on the golf course, but you'll talk to him. Yeah.
Sometimes you call a company and you can't get back to the person you talk to, so you got to start all over and you got to re-explain your stuff. And it's just to have a local company with people that you may actually already know and have a relationship with makes a big difference. And we believe in customer support. That's just so huge for us. Like Dave mentioned, the training people how to use this stuff, the being there if they need support or they need to make changes, all that stuff. So absolutely consider Vibrant and give us a call if you have any questions or you're curious and just kind of seeing what we can do.
Yeah, and one of the events we have coming up is we have another Dreaming of Streaming event. That's going to be this next Tuesday, July 18th, from 5:30 to 6:30, just right at the Meeker Co-op. So where me and Nathan and Jane are going to teach, about streaming, what you can do with it. A lot of people have come to the class multiple times, brought friends, brought family. So yeah, come out next Tuesday, and that's 5:30 to 6:30. And if you want to watch the replay of these shows, you can do that on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel. Just search Vibrant Broadband. Or obviously you can listen live here every Wednesday on KLFD at 10:30.
And if you have questions about Vibrant, about Vibrant's internet, our phone service, you're kind of interested in just having the conversation or have questions, give us a call, 320-693-3231. You can visit our website, vibrantbroadband.com. There's a ton of great information on there on both the internet and the phone side, because who wouldn't want to be Vibrant?
Good question. And again, thanks KLFD. Thanks Randy, and welcome back. Thank you, Dave, for coming on.
You're very welcome. Happy to be here.
Yeah. I am Bo.
And I'm Nathan.
And this has been Vibrant U Live.
Brilliant speed with Vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet. Vibrant broadband internet.